He realized that here I was without a clearance to see this stuff. He basically said, don't say anything, don't talk to anybody, we'll get out of here as soon as we can. So I asked him, I said, well, what did you see that you think is so stunningly, classified that, you'd be in trouble? He says, well, he says, there was an example of the first generation Aurora there, which was the aircraft that was the second generation aircraft that I did the conceptual artwork for. So he saw the real thing, and so of course I was real curious about what it looked like, and he gave me some details on that. And then he described a number of sort of odd-looking hovercraft and troop transporters and things that were basically just kind of jazzed up advanced hover vehicles of one kind or another. And after going through all of this, I said, well, even this doesn't sound, all that extraordinary. I mean, is there something else? And he says, well, yeah. He says, after they had the main little dog and pony show, they pulled back the curtain and there were these 3 flying saucers hovering there. And I couldn't believe my ears. I said, no, wait, did you say flying saucers? He said, yes. And I said, well, what do they look like? He says, well, they look like something from the 1950s, like a jello bowl, flat on the bottom, sloping sides, a little terrace around the middle, and then a dome on the top with all these little bubbles around the top, and a door that looked like something off of a submarine, with the little pins that go out into the frame of the door, and the big wheel that you turn to tighten it, all this kind of stuff.
The smallest one was about 24 feet in diameter at the bottom end of the craft. The medium-sized vehicle was about 60 feet in diameter, and the largest was somewhere between 125 and 130 feet in diameter.
I said, well, what were they doing? Were they just sitting on the floor? He says, no, they were hovering. There wasn't no landing gear, nothing holding them up, cables. It was just they were hovering. There was a 3-star general that was part of the presentation. When they pulled back the curtains and these 3 flying saucers revealed to the audience that had brought there to this hangar, this general got up and he was describing these vehicles. He described them as alien reproduction vehicles, ARV for short. They also had a nickname for the aircraft. They called them flux liners. Now, flux is an electrical term for a high electrical charge.